Well, if you were out and about on St. Patrick's Day and you thought it felt a little toasty outside, you were right. We did make it. It's pretty warm today.
Oh yeah, gosh, we didn't set any records, but temperatures made it into the 80s today, and the normal should be in the 60s.
Yeah, I feel like it's not March, it's like May already.
We're getting there. Yeah. Temperatures will eventually cool down though later this week, so we do have a cold front on the way.
Okay.
But we still have a couple more days of this. So today it was very warm, made it to 83 degrees. We started out in the 40s though this morning, and keeping in mind the normal this time of year is only 69, and the record being 92 degrees back in 1908. That's when that was set. We were nowhere near that. Temperatures have come down a little bit since then. We're at 73 degrees, still a little breezy. We're at 69 in Gainesville, 72 in Decatur, 67 in Terrell, and 70 degrees right now in Mineral Wells. Looking at the wind gusts, it's died down a little bit, but we're still seeing some sites reporting wind gusts between about 20 to nearly 30 miles an hour. There's a 28 coming in out of the south around Fort Worth. Satellite radar showing that we have seen those increasing high thin cirrus clouds throughout the afternoon, and we're still seeing some of that this evening. Overnight tonight, that's going to continue to be the case. You can see all the clouds out to the west. As far as any rain is concerned, we had a few raindrops that look like around Arizona, but since then that has gone away. We do have a cold front on the way though. Eventually it's going to be making its way through parts of Texas, and when will that happen? Well, it's going to take a couple more days. So out ahead of this cold front, the wind, it's going to continue to crank up. Okay, tomorrow the wind's going to be out of the south to southwest, gusts to near 40 to maybe 45 miles an hour. But the cold front, now we're looking at Wednesday at 5 o'clock in the morning. It will be making its way through the metro. Behind it, it is still going to be very windy. The wind's going to be out of the northwest with gusts of 40 to 45 miles an hour, but it's also going to make it significantly cooler. We're going to be dropping down into the upper 60s for Wednesday and into Thursday, but that's as long as that lasts. By Friday, I think temperatures do make it back into the 70s and 80s for a lot of us. So for tomorrow morning, we're going to see those wind gusts between about 15 to 25. About noontime, then we're talking about wind gusts between 30 to maybe 35 miles an hour, so picking up a little bit more later in the day. But later in the evening, we're going to see wind gusts approach 40 to 45 miles an hour. It dies down a little bit by the time we get into late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But then there comes the cold front Wednesday morning. Now the wind shifts to the north and west, and we're still seeing wind gusts between 35 to nearly 45 miles an hour. It's going to stay windy during the day Wednesday, but then finally, once we get to Wednesday evening, it starts to subside just a little bit. By Wednesday night to Thursday morning, eventually the wind will be light. But until that happens, it's been so windy and dry and warm around here that the fire threat is still going to be an issue. It's going to be elevated all across the metro, but our far western counties will be in that critical category. On Wednesday, because of the cooler weather, we're just going to be in that elevated category, but we're still going to have to watch it. So for tonight, clouds continue to increase. Temperatures drop down into the upper 50s. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to have a lot of clouds during the day, but a little bit of filtered sunshine. So temperatures do make it into the middle 80s. Again, it's going to be very windy. That wind's going to stick around with us on Wednesday, but this time out of the northwest, so it's going to be cooler. Spring officially arrives about 4:01 in the morning on Thursday morning. So Thursday afternoon, it looks absolutely beautiful, a lot less wind, but temperatures will be a little bit cooler. That's actually normal for this time of year. As we get closer to the weekend, temperatures do warm up. It looks really nice. Here's the thing. On Sunday, we've got that 20% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, but notice the next 7 days of that 14, the last 7 days, there are no rain chances in the forecast. It looks like the next couple of weeks generally look very dry, but they also look very warm.